Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people there. Make him a throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not first and for make God what I seen to. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. You might go and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, you might go and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black? Big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
54 years erased by the Minister of Vagabonds and Dregs. 54 years erased. I'm not going to champion the independence argument. Certainly not. Because you know that it's a lie. There's nothing about it. But for the wording of it and for the sake of it, 54 years. Just so. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good evening, and welcome to another evening of looking into the disgrace and dismal continuous failure of the Jamaica Labour Party. The Minister of Culture come out with a whole, and good evening, everybody. TikTok, YouTube, and everywhere. Good evening. 54 years. Or is it me that misunderstood what Babsy tried to... The question I want to ask, why is everybody in the Jamaica Labour Party prostituting themselves for Andrew Holness? Nobody don't have nothing about them anymore? I mean, how stupid would I be to ask the question when it's the obvious? But you can come up and no need now, you know. You all can come up, Babsy Grange. Only the last 9 years, Babsy? Nothing before that? Listen to Babsy. Because Babsy will come out. Babsy is what we come about. Isn't it? And Babsy will come about tonight. Because Babsy said something which maybe my dog ears did fall down when she talked. So me misinterpret her or me not hear her good. Maybe uno, the listeners, I go try to help me tonight. If I me hear Babsy just erase 54 years of the fakery, when I could listen to Babsy Grange and her nice talking, the minister speaks nicely. You know, the minister where always happen to a rent car, give young men, buy guns, give young men, and these young men happens to die in the car that the minister rent for them to go out and commit whatever violence.
63 years ago, our people decided that we should set out on our own to manage our affairs as an independent country. When I reflect on the journey, when I look at all the strides we have made, particularly the economic, social, infrastructural, and cultural development during the last 9 years, I've never been prouder to be Jamaican.
You heard it, didn't you? You heard Babsy. This is the independence of the country she's referring to. We're going on their word, you know. We're not going on that we believe what she's saying. We're using their words against them. The country is celebrating 63 years of independence. And in the 63 years, the only stride that the minister recognized is in the last 9 years. 54 years of what both parties have done very little from the Jamaica Labour Party. Babsy erase it. Babsy Grange erased 54 years of the whole the so-called independent journey, because the economics and the this and the that is only in the last 9 years Babsy feel proud to be Jamaican. Why is everybody prostituting themselves for Andrew Holness? I cannot get it. Why nobody can speak the truth? Why nobody can speak to what reality is? Why nobody can speak in nuance anymore? Independence is not about the Jamaica Labour Party. It's about Jamaica and its people. Why is Babsy Grange politicizing independence?
63 years ago, our people decided that we should set out on our own to manage our affairs as an independent country. When I reflect on the journey, when I look at all the strides we have made, particularly the economic, social, infrastructural, and cultural development during the last 9 years, I've never been prouder.
Socially, culturally, and economic development. Social development. You will have to come back, my dear. You would have to come back and tell us what these social developments are. Because I cannot, from the top of my head, speak of a social justice legislative framework from the Andrew Holness government. Maybe he has done, I am not aware. If the Jamaica Labour Party could help us, help and tell us what are those social justice policies of Andrew Holness and Babsy Grange and the Jamaica Labour Party. What she said, cultural, Babsy Grange? On really use the word? On really use the word? On we sell Jamaica batty pan a platter? On we sign the Samoa agreement behind the people of Jamaica? On still can't come to a plain and straight, come tell we Andrew Holness send Kamina Johnson Smith go sign it for when it's he say and me sign it a Kamina Johnson Smith. You all took money from Canada to teach homosexuality to our children in schools. Cultural, Babsy Grange. The last 9 years, Miss Grange, is the breaking of our culture. Everything what the Andrew Holness regime comes say as the norm, Babsy Grange, it's ripped up and thrown aside. Let Babsy Grange say it again. I want the other one. Hold on, Babsy.
We should set out on our own to manage our affairs as an independent country. When I reflect on the journey, when I look at all the strides we have made, particularly the economic, social, infrastructural.
Economics and infrastructural. This government regularly boasts about the grandeur of the economy that they operate and run and revive and all of that. What the government failed to do is to let that benefit, that stride in the economy, be felt by all Jamaicans or majority Jamaicans. Julie Miss Mango, long time, how you do? We are in a recession that this government don't want to talk about. economic stride, said the minister. Let's move over to the minister's economics, infrastructural development stride. What is it that you're talking about? It's not on the roadways that you have just declared national crisis and emergency. It's not in our health care, which we were being told by Dr. Roger Hunter that you all are culling 15,000 of us per year. We've just seen, Miss Grange, where you all culled a baby per day just last month. We don't kill a baby per day. Dr. Carl Bruce regularly hatch and patch people up a university hospital. The attainment grade in education, the brain drain, Babs Grange, of our teachers under this current regime. Don't you think something is wrong with Babsy? Why Babsy is fawning and prostituting her old self over young boys? Why nobody can stand up to Andrew Holness? Why nobody cannot speak to the reality? What is Babsy Grange talking about? Make we see if she have wanted that one when we go and tackle her pan. So social, economic, infrastructural, cultural. I mean, Babsy Grange. We're going to shut up and make she talk out the whole our laba mouth.
63 years ago, our people decided that we should set out on our own to manage our affairs as an independent country. When I reflect on the journey, when I look at all the strides...
You know, me have to tap you. No, we didn't set out. What Westminster decided to do through the Commonwealth, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, Babsy Grange, they gave us a document which would allow the colony to carry out political and administrative tasks at home. That's all that it was, my dear. Maybe you need help in understanding that that is all that it is. But don't mislead the people about we set out to do things on our own. No, we did not, my dear. The Foreign Office in Westminster wrote a document called the Jamaican Constitution, which the cronies and do-the-fetics of the day politically signed off to because they want to be in the upper echelons of society and in the ruling class, my dear. So tell the people them, but we set out to go our own way. Stop it. Stop it. National dunce.
63 years ago, our people decided that we should set out on our own to manage our affairs as an independent country. When I reflect on the journey, when I look at all the strides we have made, particularly the economic, social, infrastructural, and cultural development during the last 9 years, I've never been prouder to be Jamaican. For this year's independence celebrations, we have chosen to rally the country around the theme, be proud, be bold, in the black, green, and gold. It's a celebration of every Jamaican, from every walk of life, who has contributed to fashioning our unique national identity. Our national colors represent the strength and creativity of the Jamaican people, our country's natural wealth and sunlight, as well as food and agricultural resources. For festival this year, let us come together as proud Jamaicans. Let us fly the flag high. Let us decorate buildings and wear the national colors from now until Independence Day on August 6th. There would be no independence without emancipation. And so we will pay due respect to the ancestors at the National Emancipation Jubilee at Seville Heritage Park in St. Anne on July 31. The Independence Village is back at the National Indoor Sports Center from August 2 to Independence Day, August 6. Join us each day for concerts, art and craft.
All this money will be better served, Babsy Grange. All this money will be better served in our healthcare and in education. Because for 54 years, nothing ever gone for Jamaica independence. Until the last 9 years, Babsy Grange, we have emerged and arrived culturally, infrastructural, social, and economic development. Like, seriously, my girl? My girl, like, seriously? Of all that the Michael Manley regime has done to put Jamaica in a position of social and economic justice and reform. Though PJ never continue much of it, Portia tried to rebound, and Babsy wipe out all of that, and just the last 9 years, why Babsy become proud? Seriously? No wonder why when you turn up on roadside and mad like a Delroy truck. I don't know why Delroy truck never wear dirty clothes go to road. Because I'm mad people alone me sit turn up there so. People alone me sit turn up for Delroy truck turn up. I don't know why Delroy truck go out in a clean clothes. Mark Golden. You turn bad enough, sir. Boy, Mark Golden, I am one vlogger or one in the journalist community which never afraid to whip you into shape when I think that you were lagging behind. Everybody knows that. That I wasn't afraid to give Mark Golden a good whipping and a good pulling up his socks. Hasn't Mr. Golden pulled his socks up? To the point, now that I know how you do. Hasn't Mr. Golden pulled his socks up to the point where Labor the Pan Road I walk on mad? Labor the Pan Road I walk on a turn up past in the middle of road like a mad somebody. A mad somebody alone are donut and peanut seller. We see the way Labor do right here now. What Labor do you know? A mad people, donut seller, water seller, and them people that turn up in the middle road. Mr. Golden, well done. You have arrived, Mr. Golden. And I don't think you're going to lag behind again. You are here to stay. I mean, we can see it. Look how you all the people that walk on road and I'm mad, Mr. Golden. Look, Mr. Golden. You had the people them turn up in a middle road. It's going tell back, hey, judgment. Mr. Golden have the sitting government, the Department of Noise, led by the Minister of Noise, in a road, in a bridling. Mr. Golden, you turn bad. Me never expect, say, you know, Beat and Teach always said to me, I feel Mr. Golden have something up his sleeve for them in just a wait till the election campaign. When you know say how Mr. Golden jump out of his skin and have Andrew Holness hauling for him shell. Till Andrew Holness dep on road, I walk on mad. Somebody get some card and some condensed pan and tight pan Angelo, make when him walk, the rolling calf nice. Hmm? The rolling calf nice there behind him. Hmm? Somebody come help. Labor turn mad pan way. Labor walk in a brilliant sun hot in a middle road, not afraid vehicle lick them down. What a disgrace on the Jamaica Labour Party. Hmm? Look at you now. Look at how far you have fallen from grace. No, sir. That's right, Chuck. We don't know. Somebody can dash like a dirty water pipe. Him need to look dirty call. As so we used to, we're not used to mad people in a clean clothes there. Hey! We don't used to mad people in a clean clothes. And you can't see it's very weird for Mr. Chuck. For minute, he's not the Attorney General, the Minister for Justice. Hmm? The Minister for Justice. You can't say him no use. Whoa, him no use to them something here. You can't say him no, he wasn't even brief. No, the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister is a Punish Town, barefoot Cumberland Road, ghetto boy with him and the goat them used to attack people over them shopping back. So the Prime Minister know the ghetto, him know the road, and poor Delroy Chuck, who probably grew up as one of the Fanatics. Andrew Holness, you wicked, The old man where shake like a little, the little dolly them where you have on your car dashboard, but when you drive them and shake, so not the little dog them, the little Churchill dog them. For those that know who live in Britain, don't know what the Churchill dogs look like, isn't it? And that is what Andrew Holness reduced the old big man. Delroy Chuck about 900, Delroy Chuck and Babsy Grange put them together is about 1,800-year-old. And look how Andrew Holness have the big. Andrew, no manners, I still have to go back to your upbringing, Prime Minister. Even though you could well have a decent upbringing. Nobody not teach if you have respect to all people, Prime Minister. Nobody not teach if you have a little respect for all people, Prime Minister. And we can't treat the old people in the Jamaica Labour Party, so. Look at what you've done to what's you call it. Mike Henry, Audley Shaw, Carl Samuda, Babsy Grange. Now you send Delroy Chuck out pan road in a clean clothes and mad. Nobody not teach if you have respect for elders, Prime Minister. Good God Almighty. Why these old people? These people are Andrew Holness's parents' age. Some of these people older than Andrew Holness' mother and father. Why not? Why? What is it? Why we become children for Andrew Holness? That you know all things say going pan road, mad in clean clothes is something that Jamaica must sympathize with because you know I'm mad. Go, Dr. Sophia Longmore. Dr. Sophia Longmore. You know see what I want? Boy! Labor writer sell bag juice, peanut, donut, and panties. Such men are labor right. They're right to come mad in a clean clothes. Jamaica. Wanna think it wouldn't get to this? The Prime Minister's bosses received a rapturous welcome somewhere in Jamaica. I don't know. But the Prime Minister's bosses received a rapturous welcome. Let's take a listen.
Bust them there. See all bust them there. See all bust them there. All bust them, sir. Mr. Valls bring in all bust them. And them bust I used to there at New York in the 90s. And now 2020 blood clot 5. Where we are going them blood clot all junk here. At 2025 now. We don't want an old bus. Why them cool me the China people and build some blood clot bus? Look for the picture patchy old one here people. Old bus. One holy bus.
Jamaica. When I woke up on this video, I laughed today nearly dropped because I never know so somebody out there emphasize the word old like me as well. No?
All buses. One holy for all buses. Here blood clot. Yes. Watch out, people ever talk to us. All bus them. They're all Valls. We don't need them. The people in Jamaica don't need New York. Used and left. Used. Use blood clot buses. Use bus. Want to take poor people taxpayer money by all bus for. The people in Jamaica don't want it. We're not too wicked. All you see more money in the bus there too. You see more money, yes. You see more money in the bus there too. You all bus them. A prisoner they bring.
Professor Trent, good evening. Professor Trent said, all buses are still an achievement. You sound like somebody who live out of the barrel, Professor Trent. You used to wait for the pupina from foreign. That can't stop them from rolled out September morning. Rolled out to kill our children. And that will not set up in because there's a death angel over this government. Everything will not do, death attached to it. The fact that Professor Trent, you can come up here and say, all broke, second-hand clothes, Professor Trent, is an achievement. It tells that you're not futuristic. It tells that you are not going anywhere. It tells that you do not want any future for your children. It tells that you will swap your children's future, Professor Trent, for just what sounds good to the ear and not really what will develop your child socially, educationally, economically, and otherwise. Professor Trent, why you as a big man, because I always hear you on other people TikTok platform, literally I talk bullshit for big man. Why you do it? Why you fawning over the Prime Minister? What are you teaching your son and daughters, Professor Trent? What are you teaching the younger generation of Jamaica that we must settle for second-hand galanging? The second best society, Professor Trent? Second best. We're not good enough. We don't deserve better, Professor Trent. It's an achievement and a barrel of old brock, Professor Trent. A barrel of old brock is an achievement, Professor Trent. It tells me you probably live at your mama yard like a Derek Sangster. Derek Sangster, who has been at central and local government politics in Southwest St. Elizabeth for 50 odd years, is still living at his mother and father's house. You, Professor Trent, listening to you, would be one of those low-life people who peck around and pick up corn and worms and that like fowl, because you don't want to fly high like eagle. You rather pick worm, corn, scratch out shit, and all of that on the ground. Professor Trent, why you don't want to fly like an eagle? Why you want to be a chicken all the while, Professor Trent? Mark Golden, who no mad over, is Michael Manley 2.0. Mark Golden is Michael Manley 2.0. Don't keep fretting over Mark Golden wealth. He was born into it. Do not keep going on about Mark Golden wealth. He was born into it. Mark Golden wealth, Professor Trent, the doctors and those medics that were being trained in Ukraine, when they got stuck in the war, it was Mark Golden wealth that brought them home. Your Prime Minister, on the other hand, Professor Trent, told them, we will loan you the money. And when you get home, you pay us back. Professor Trent. Why the whole honor just a scrub for the Prime Minister? Even when you listen to the Prime Minister out the road, I'm mad. The Prime Minister walk with his hand on his head. I walk with pamphlet. May I beg you if you could hand out two of this here for me? With Jamaica spelled badly and horrible wrong in it. And because the Prime Minister had to conjure up and make it, he could even go correct it. He have to just come with it, so. Why you don't raise your level, Professor Trent? Raise your level. You can't just have your face in the sun, so. Cousin Candy's wagwan. You can't just have your face in the sun, so, Professor Trent. You can't teach your children them to turn around and bow down and be knees bended all the while, Professor Trent. Eagles fly high, Professor Trent. Eagles fly high. Stop pecking around like a chicken. Teach your children to become men and women of tomorrow, and not sissies and curb crawlers for politicians. Because that is all I hear from you, Professor Trent. Teaching the young people of Jamaica. Teaching the young people of Jamaica to be on bended knees, accepting second-hand goods. Wait until somebody use and left it, then you can have it. And you call on yourself man. You call on yourself man and you can't stand up for nothing. You fall for everything, Professor Trent. Because there's no strength around you. Trent. You fall for everything. How no weak and wobbly and jelly box of a man. And you no need to sign some of our agreement for Uno. Uno depend on you already, Professor Trent. Uno turn around already with no pants on your knee, Professor Trent. Not everybody low life like Uno, Professor Trent. Not everybody low life like Uno JLP supporters. Our children deserve the best that life has to offer. And we're not going to sit down and accept less for our children. We're not going to tell our children, Professor Trent, that it is okay to celebrate what the United States has abandoned as new. Redundant in the United States, end up in Jamaica brand new. Professor Trent. How you so low like the big man? When you're going to act like a man, Professor Trent, when is it that you're going to act like a man? And stop wobbling and bending down for the Prime Minister. Pull your pants up, Professor Trent. Thanks, cuz. Professor Trent, pull your pants up. You're too old to have your pants so low. Pull your pants up. You're a big man. And stop walking, wobbling yourself around for the Prime Minister. Just like how they see the Prime Minister send out Delroy Chuck, go turn up in a middle road and walk on mad in a clean clothes. And you come out here telling me about old bosses and achievement. That's how low life you are. That your government, Professor Trent, has done fuck all in 9 years. And them Runga Foreign go pick up few old bus at the tune of God knows how much. And you think that's an achievement? And you think people must run behind and follow and give them more time to achieve more second-hand goods? What will it be this time? Because it took on 9 years. It was the Prime Minister who told us it took me 9 years to conjure up some old bosses. 9 years to conjure up a few old bosses. Wanna go conjure up in 5 years? Try to be a big man. That's all I'm saying to you. I'm fed up of you coming to my platform, wallowing in the mud lower than Everett Warmington standard on a regular basis. Try to uplift yourself, uplift your community and your family. That's the thing that will uplift our country. But Professor Trent, when you continue to stay in the mud, Professor Trent, the only thing you're going to do is come rub pantry when the mud dry, and then go back, go rubbing on the mud when you want cool again. Oh, no, stop it. There's a thing called the life of our nation. And it depends on all of us to stand up for it. Me not say, you don't have to be PNP. I'm not asking anybody to be PNP. I was a labor right like you. But I have woken up, Professor Trent, to find out that I could never be a labor right. Professor Trent, I have woken up to find out that I could never be a labor right. Me look fool to you, Professor Trent. Professor Trent, do I look backwards to you? Professor Trent, do I look hungry to you? Because that's how we get found on labor rights, Hunger, backwardsness. Elevate yourself, young man. Elevate yourself. You don't have to continue wallowing in the mud with your Prime Minister like that. When the Prime Minister fails and there's nothing that he can do to make amends for the mammoth failure that Andrew Holness is. Southeast Clarendon, Pempida, Southeast Clarendon. Nothing will make up for the failure that this government has thrown out to the people of Jamaica in the last 9 years. And I think you all have wallowed in the mud enough. You all have wallowed in the mud enough. We've seen the dry mud on you all, Professor Trent. What I don't think is your behavior, your mindset is not fair to your children if you have any. Your mindset is not fair to your children. Because you all know that this government has not done hell all. You all cannot even come out here and demonstrate what this government has done. This government promised us tangible pivoting last year. We've only received it yesterday in a pamphlet. No other government has to record their achievement in pamphlet. No other government we say have to parade the street telling the people that I have achieved what you, the people, cannot see or feel or experience, Professor Trent. Nothing in the Prime Minister's pamphlet, booklet, leaflet, nothing is what the people of Jamaica is experiencing. Because if it was the case, Professor Trent, that the people of Jamaica would experience anything that the Prime Minister is speaking about, there would be no reason for the Prime Minister and his Department of Noise to be out there on street making brouhahas and turahs over something we all cannot see. Nobody can see it. Nobody can feel it. Nobody hasn't experienced it. It's the only reason why we don't have to put it on paper. The only reason why we don't have to come out on paper is because it doesn't exist in reality. You notice the Prime Minister did not put anything about the 300% pay rise in the pamphlet. We, the nation, can see it and feel it. We know it, that happened. He didn't have to record it because their pocket feels the benefit of the 300% pay rise, Professor Trent. So you never have to memorialize that. What the Prime Minister memorialized is what we cannot see, hear, or touch. Wake up, Professor Trent. Guard your children. Andrew's son, that Oxford and Cambridge, a study. Andrew's son own acres and acres of land in Jamaica. Andrew's son own a development upper the one that where they come out in the Integrity Commission where they breach building code. Why don't you want what Andrew Holness wants for his don't go there, his children? Let's say that. Why is it, Professor Trent, that you don't want the same thing for your children? Where are your children educated, Professor Trent? Where are your children educated? Do you want to tell us? Can you afford to send your children to your dunce picnic them? Because the Prime Minister picnic them. Dunce. Can you afford to send your dunce picnic at Oxford and Cambridge? Can you afford, Professor Trent, to buy your son a house? Remember when I asked Andrew Holness about the property he owned in Oxford, United Kingdom? Can you afford, Professor Trent, to buy a house in the United Kingdom and have your son privately, university educated in this country? Can you do that? Professor Trent, you're too low life for big man. You're too low life for big man. Your underpants should not show up on road for big man. Your cute body advertising. You're done with it. Professor Trent, you're not a man. You're what we would normally refer to as man too. You're what we would refer to Professor Trent as man too. I know everybody a man, Professor Trent. Pull up on your pants. Pull your pants up, Professor Trent. Remember, your Prime Minister has signed the Come Behind Me deal. Pull your pants up. You might never know, you might just get pulled, Professor Trent. No, old boss. Old boss.
Mr. Bro, God could find three of them hungry labor right there and give them even 10 grand for you the flyers, them brother. Me have some labor right friend a bun weed and drink special in a brother. You could have called them and give them even 7 grand for you the flyers. Them. Where the fuck you doing in me glass for three brother? I give you flyers. You're too tight, man. Too much hungry belly labor right there. You could have given 10 grand for you the flyers them.
Professor Trent will do well. Professor Trent, you must get up and special and rub out your hand migla man time, Professor Trent. You must get up.
Prime Minister handing out booklet at the JLP achievements.
As I see the UIC, there's a video. Let me see if I find it. That Joseph Patterson put out on the drilling issue that I agree with, and I plan was to bring it. Where is that video? If I don't find it now, I'll bring it tomorrow. Hold on there. But Professor Trent, wake up and rise up, no? Wake up. Wake up. Because even if you're not parent, we must be mindful when we speak that young people need guidance, Professor Trent. And we can't continue to just get up and tell the blatant lies to protect our political sides or whatever. It's not about that. When your sister over here, so me beat Labour, me beat UIC, me beat PNP, because for me, it's really not about me or my political views. It's about our country. That's what it is for me. Sad for someone on labor rights who just cannot elevate on yourself above where Andrew telling us say, that's it, that's what it is about. Oh yes, I find the video. You can't elevate on yourself above where Andrew subject on to. And it's very depressing to see how you just shrink down into whatever Andrew Holness think the Jamaica Labour Party and the country ought to turn into. You no shame. Labour rights. You no shame.
Prime Minister Jamaica handing out booklet at the JLP achievements.
You want no desperation. As you all know, my peeps, today the Jamaica Labour Party launched them little pamphlet with them achievements. But I want to take a look on the video here when we're about to play with the Prime Minister in the busy street, a half a tree and out pamphlet of his achievement. Tell me if you ever see this in a Jamaica political history, wherein the Prime Minister then a busy street and out little pamphlets of his achievement. Boy, Andrew, time really coming a desperation to kill you, bro. Take a look, my people, and drop a comment in the comment section. Please and thanks.
All the car engine steering and everything. Because no car not choose. She said that's a day where they could have go out of control, run over big toe, broke foot. Lick him down. Do anything you want to do with him. Now, you know, if that was done by you and I, if that was done by what we call an ordinary Jamaican, it's an arrestable offense. Now, on to the issue of drilling, oil spill, and all of that. Joseph Patterson puts out a video which I tend to agree with. The issue of Jamaica's oil, gas, and drilling, why it is dear to me. The Calibre zone, we sit in front of the Calibre zone, those of us in, like from Parity to Black River, White House, along that, we sit in front of that zone. As well as Petrobank was one of the major economic driver of Southwest St. Elizabeth and Jamaica in the fishing industry, fishing and shellfish industry, which have been destroyed by this very shenanigans. Oil drilling, oil spill, and whatever can come out of this can be very deadly and devastating, not just to my country, but more so to my community based on the geographic of things. So it is something that I'm concerned about, and any information to raise the consciousness of the people in relation to all of this, I think it's worthwhile putting to the public. So we're going to listen to Joseph Patterson's aspect of a lot of the negatives that can happen in such an adventure where it will not be done in the interests of the people of Jamaica and our economy. You just got to look at places like Angola. You just got to look at places like Nigeria.
Hey guys, many of you are aware of the idea that there are companies or a company drilling for oil in Jamaica. And you would have heard me said time and time again that I'm opposed to the drilling for oil in Jamaica. And I'm not saying that just because I want to oppose. You know, some people just oppose things because they want to oppose. But drilling for oil in Jamaica is extremely dangerous and counterproductive, and will cost us more than we will benefit from it. I did a little quick thing here on the internet to just kind of collect some thoughts on this, and I was quite surprised to see that the feedback that I received from AI is 100% in line with my concerns for drilling. Now, when people hear about oil, they quickly think about, you know, just the financial rewards. We're going to be rich, we're going to have cheap energy, and we're going to be, you know, rolling in money. But sometimes you have to think beyond money and think about real value. Now, money and value are not the same thing. Drilling for oil normally will mean it will politically help the government to get access to money for more corruption. But more importantly, those who will come here and drill our oil will take more value away from what is left with us. And what they will leave with us is the cost. Here are some of the costs. So the environmental side effects of oil drilling in Jamaica: marine ecosystem disruption. Offshore drilling could disturb coral reefs, seagrass beds, and marine biodiversity, especially in sensitive areas like the Petrobank and surrounding coastal zones. Seismic surveys used to locate oil reserves emit loud underwater noises, which can disorient and harm marine animals like dolphins and whales. Another potential issue is oil spills and leaks. Spills, whether large or slow leaks, pose a significant risk to Jamaicans' coastal waters, which are rich in marine life and vital for tourism and fishing. Oil slicks could affect mangroves, beaches, coral reefs, and protected areas like the Portland Bight. Bear in mind that Jamaica is a relatively small country, a small mass of land. And if we end up destroying our coastal waters, that wipes out the tourism sector 100%. It wipes out fishing, it wipes out the ability for many people to be able to provide for themselves. So now we talk about let's have community consultation, because most of the average Jamaicans in any community will not understand or know about all of the potential risks because that's not their areas of expertise. So we can talk and so on, but the harsh reality is that if we allow the government to trick us into selling us out again like they did with bauxite, we're going to pay a huge price for it. Not immediately, but over time. Now, another area of concern is air and water pollution. Gas flaring and machinery can release pollutants such as nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide, volatile organic compounds, and particulate matters into the air. You're talking about cancers now and all kind of illnesses that will further burden our already deficient healthcare system. Contamination of groundwater or coastal waters can occur from improper disposal of drilling fluids and chemicals. And so them not care. They will give us, wonderful assurances that they're going to protect everything, but they don't care. Those who are going to come here to drill will drill at our expense, and their goal is to take maximum profit and avoid cost as much as possible. Our government is normally very weak at negotiating, so they're going to negotiate away our rights. And they're very weak at managing anything, so they won't manage the environmental factors. And they're very corrupt, so they're easily going to be bought out by the powers that be that comes here to supposedly invest in Jamaica. So we know so we'll lose already from the very beginning. So I'm encouraging us, please, don't fall for it. There's also habitat loss and land degradation. Onshore drilling would require clearing land like they did for bauxite. Bauxite is disastrous. We've lost immensely from bauxite, but we'll come back to that another day. So onshore drilling would require clearing land, building roads and infrastructure, and possibly displacing wildlife and agricultural activity. It will displace wildlife and it will displace agricultural activity, which will further erode our food security as a nation. So we definitely can't afford that. There's also the issue of climate change contribution. I don't even like to use the word climate change because that feeds into a particular narrative which I don't support. But the truth is, it will affect your environment, right? In various ways. According to this, it says extracting and burning fossil fuels contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, contradicting Jamaica's climate goals under the Paris Agreement and the country's own renewable energy targets. I don't care about any of that kind of Paris Agreement. What I care about is preserving Jamaica's biodiversity and ensuring we have clean air and clean water and organic food to eat, to make sure we are water, food, and energy secure. That is my objective. That's the objective of the UIC. So I want us to think outside the box. Don't be fooled into looking at big dollar values we're going to get. Focus on let's preserve Jamaica and let's make sure that we build an economy that is sustainable, that retains all of our rich biodiversity as much as possible, and make it continual for our children and their children and their children for generations to come. Now, it also speaks to the issue of cultural and economic disruption. Drilling operations could interfere with traditional fishing grounds or disrupt ecotourism, not just ecotourism, any tourism, because if our waters are polluted, nobody not come here. Once we destroy our beautiful coral reefs and our beautiful seas, and we're already doing that, by the way, in different ways, but this will only add to and could accelerate the destruction of our beaches and further marginalize our people as those who run the all-inclusives will, try to push away our people to go to the bad beaches and preserve these for their guests. And we have to stop that. But continuing here, drilling operations will interfere with our tourism, and it will interfere with our fishing, and it will interfere with our agriculture, all of which are vital to Jamaica's economy and local livelihoods. So in summary, oil drilling could bring short-term economic benefits for sure. Money I go run, for sure. But short-term, okay? We're going to cut off our nose to spite our face. We're going to get lots of wonderful talk, but in the end, the majority will suffer and the few will extract the wealth like they're doing now. But also, this carries significant environmental risk, particularly in a small island developing state like Jamaica, where ecosystems are fragile and closely tied to national well-being. Strict environmental safeguards, impact assessment, and strong governance would be essential to minimize harm. We're going to have none of that. We will not have any strict environmental safeguards or meaningful impact assessment or strong governance to.
Given how Andrew Holness has run NEPA, you all don't understand the risk that Andrew Holness is placing us in by doing all these things behind us and not speaking to the Jamaica people at all. If you don't go to United Oil and Gas website, you have no knowledge of what is going on in the country when it comes to oil and gas and drilling.
Minimize. Let's not fool ourselves. We have had the same two colonial parties running our country now for 80 years, and they have demonstrated, without a shadow of a doubt, they have demonstrated that they cannot be trusted to safeguard the interest of the Jamaican people. And that is why I have to encourage you in this coming election to put your X beside the handshake and vote UIC. If you want a government that's going to protect our collective sovereignty and your individual sovereignty, your only hope is to vote for the UIC. But don't just vote. I encourage you to go out, go on our website, uicjamaica.com, and join the movement. Volunteer in the movement, donate to the movement, and help us to protect your rights. The UIC is here for you. We're here to protect all of your rights, the right to your life, the right to your liberty, and the right to property. And very importantly, we're going to return to you the land that was stolen from your ancestors. But just imagine, if we allow them to destroy the land, there'll be no land to return to us. So it's very important, my friends, for all of us to stand together and work together. Vote UIC. Put your X beside the handshake and give yourself a fighting chance. Thank you.
The issue of oil and drilling and gas is something that we must all be aware of and understand the long-term or short-term effects or benefits. The issue is our government is not informing the people at all. Not one word. They're just not having the conversation with us at all. What are they hiding is the question. But this is an issue where we need to continue to bring to the attention of the people, because we have to protect what we have. Labour Party, you all on your conferences. Miss Una have wanted a conference today about internet roll out, You have ignored us for 9 years, Andrew Holness. The playing catch up at the moment you are not recognizing is going horribly against you, Prime Minister. Playing catch up trying to pull a wool over the people's eye, trying to use old buses as an achievement over the last 9 years, when we saw full well that not even the tiniest bit of your promises you could have delivered on. And what JLP supporters, Andrew Holness, Darrell Vaz, and the entire JLP clan is asking us to do is to rally around the government over 110 old buses at the tune of 1.4 billion Jamaican dollars and counting. Because if they are to do the retrofitting or modification as we've been made to understood, we're still going to spend millions more. And this is what labor rights, the Prime Minister, want us to hail and support as success, as achievement. Success and achievement over Old Brook. And labor rights like Professor Trent want come beat we. They said the government has done something well. Me sorry for labor rights. Because if Andrew Holness even could have done better, because Andrew Holness said labor rights, who he said is the only person to hold him to account. Oh, Jesus. How many days so long I start the tirade? Furburger Minister. Furburger Minister. You know, Floyd Green was in parity whole day yesterday buying pussy as well. No, I kid you not. Floyd Green. What I want you to do, Mr. Green, you know, those young girls who were dancing almost half naked for you yesterday, that you were video, because you had a party about midnight last night, you know, Floyd Green. Floyd Green last night had an open bill in parity. Open bar, Mr. Green. That's how Mr. Green buy vote. Mr. Green, it was that Mr. Green was having a dance in parity yesterday, wasn't it, Mr. Green? What I want you to do, Mr. Green, because you were videoing those young girls, won't you? Those young girls that were dancing almost half naked for you yesterday, Mr. Green, while you just a walk and issue out liquor so. Do you want to publish those videos? Dirty party boys. Dirty, licky party boys. On a cheap, so. Oh, no, can't box me down. Oh, no, can't cuss like me. Licky party boys. Party boys will Floyd Green a buy on 3 times now. Party boy with Floyd Green a bed on. Party young girls with Green a bed on. You can't wake up. Stand up on your foot, no? Good God Almighty, I fed up on your knees. Just the bottle, party boys. Just the bottle. No one, not more. Just the bottle. Mr. Floyd Green had an open bar in parity last night. Up until about midnight, Mr. Green had an open bar. That's how Mr. Green, party boys, Oh, no cheap, so. Boys across Southwest St. Elizabeth. You don't think you deserve better than Rum and Boom? How much you know drop on the pants for Flight Green? Because if you no get up for just Rum and Boom, I mean, a pocket change will do, isn't it? You can't stand up on the foot bottom and pull up on the pants. You so no batty man, you know. The one national batty man in a party, which is me, is the strongest man in a party. Because nobody can buy me out. I mean, no only pound we're selling ourselves out. Just for a drink. On the top on the future, just for a drink. When you can't stand up on the foot. Try to be like me. When nobody can break, nobody can buy me. Me face the out order and rude. You have to plan how you tackle me. You can't just come up on me, so. Why don't have no voice? Why not can't set up Flight Green? All I want, Mr. Green. In the last, since this year, a 2 young boy dropped down dead in our community where alcohol kill them because that's all finding in too much when they do postmortem upon them. Why not can't say that? Party boys on the low, so. Well, Flight Green buy on 2015, 2016. Flight Green buy on 2020. And Flight Green a buy on 2025 party boy on arms frozen. Uno don't have nothing for do, uno just get up, look pan one another a man in time. Uno not a water around there, uno not a, God bless, then turn off electricity pan every minute. Uno not a water around there, uno frozen. Stand up for something. Party boys. At 3 times now Flight Green a buy you know. What have you all achieved out of selling yourself cheap to Flight Green, boys in Parity and Southwest St. Elizabeth? Oh, no cheap, sir. Just because Flight Green knows it, uno a doggy look bone, uno licky, uno love on a belly and a wanga gut. Flight Green just turn up an open bar, bill at bar. And that's it. That's all uno want. Stop selling yourself cheap. Stop selling yourself cheap. Same way me a batty man and the whole lot of cuss me about here, me can stand up strident and proud. Why uno can't try? If me can stand up and try be a man party boy, why uno can't do it? And uno walk and talk so damn man, but everybody know the color underpants uno wear anyway. No, never see my underpants yet. Why uno walk and advertise on yourself cheaply? As one boy on social media call it the cute batty advertising. Wake up, my youths. Wake up. Because when something happens to you in a community, I still wear foreign and I have to send to. Or on a dead for once. You can't go to Flight Green. Flight Green no come. Yes, in come when funeral and in come when dance. That's the only time when I see Flight Green. Funeral and dance. If it's to do anything meaningful, you don't see Flight Green. Wake up, party youths. Wake up. Wake up, you not entertain the fuckery for too long. Wake up, party youths. Remember when we used to run money in Southwest St. Elizabeth? Wake up, party youths. Remember when nobody couldn't buy we out easy because we always just have work for ourselves. So now we not just turn Gary for Flight Green. Flight Green can just turn up and buy no alcohol for poison yourself and then on give Flight Green vote. Flight Green promised no water in a 2016 and 2025. Flight Green come back and promise no water again and go no alcohol for poison. I said, why not can't wake up? Anyway, go on your bed before then lick your pan your mouth. Budgie, Glassford Stewart, Glassy, my darling. I wonder if you're there, so because you blocked me on Facebook. You blocked me on Facebook because I may have the voice note them, you know. You want me to use my page to promote certain things, and because I not do it, you take a set. But I think they got turn up on Facebook. Think they got turn up. And you want me to promote Flight Green? You want me to promote Andrew Wholeness? And you want me to use my platform, the community and family mix up? Think they got turn up on Facebook. When you love lick me and run. And you know, say this is one family member. Oh no, nobody in the family can walk up on me. You have to plan that blood clot. Budgie, you have to plan it. Can't just walk up on me, so. When you know, I have maca and hand grenade. You know, I have everything lying around me. Kapang with me see a text it on me on Facebook. Why you run today? Why on earth? Glassford Stewart, Lady Glassy, what you run for? Anyway, thank you all for being here tonight with us on Facebook. You think anyone on the labor rights in my family can come argue with me for the Prime Minister? I'm gonna stop lick me and run. I don't know, say, one thing I don't entertain is the lick and run. Lick me and make we fight. It doesn't matter who win. It doesn't matter who lose. A fight is a fight. Is a fight. Budgie, come back on my Facebook. We not done yet. Thank you and good night from Global TV. You know how me stay and you love fuck around and provoke me. But come back. My page is still available, Budgie. Come back, Lady Glassford Stewart, with your whole heap of qualifications, bright, full of money, and full of big house. The fool and its money have a way of departing or making fuckery of themselves. Stupid you are.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not first and for make up what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a block! Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. him and throw one stone, and let's bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Take him and throw one stone, and let's bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta. I sell out, I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. You might throw a stone, and then bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing. You might throw a stone, and then bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let them see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Bring him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black thing? Him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.